Hey guys, hope everyone's doing well. So just wanted to get on here and talk a little bit. So I'm in the kitchen right now, just cutting up some potatoes for dinner, but just haven't really posted much on this channel within the past week or two. Just been super busy with everything, honestly. Starting work, new job there, co-op job, in sort of a firmware engineering role. So far that's been pretty interesting, and I think it will continue to pick up in the coming weeks as to what I'm actually contributing to, and so hopefully I'm able to do more. But aside from that, I really just have not had all that much time to work on the car, and I think a lot of that is due to my main YouTube channel. So I do have another YouTube channel that's more focused. Basically, it's all focused on investing, the stock market, personal finance, stuff like that. And that YouTube channel I kind of take more seriously, and I have a pretty strict schedule, so I post twice a week. And I think at this point I'm going to cut that back just to once a week, because it's just taking too much time at this point, and I want to be able to put more time towards the car, I think. And also still have some time, for some 3D printing stuff. And, I would say, I guess a fair bit of my free time, is spent working out. But that's something that's kind of a non-negotiable for me. That's something that's really important. It's kind of like, I see it as a long-term investment in my health, really. And so that's kind of a non-negotiable for me, I think. I spend like maybe an hour or two most days working out, and when you look at it, that's a fair bit of my free time. But again, like I said, I think that's really important, so I'm not going to cut back on that. I'm going to be basically just cutting back on my YouTube channel because I'm at home right now and I have this opportunity to work on my car with my dad and do that thing, and right now we're getting fairly close to it being done, so I want to take that opportunity and try to get as much done on that as I can. And hopefully that doesn't hurt the YouTube channel too much, but if it does, it's not the end of the world. It's not like I was making any money off the YouTube channel, but I'm still hoping that this is kind of a short-term thing over the next few months, that I scale back a little bit on that, and then at some point next spring I can ramp it back up and hopefully continue growing it even more. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been thinking about, I guess, in terms of stuff like that. Hopefully I'll be able to take a video a little bit later showing some of the stuff we've been working on the car. Been working on some stuff with the brake lines, and we got some fuel lines as well, so we'll be able to work on that. And just lots of little stuff. Always just having little stuff that needs sandblasted and painted and all that kind of stuff. So just been working through that little by little. I actually was able to, there's these trim rings for the wheels that I pretty much finished up, so I should be able to get those on sometime. That should be cool. But like I said, just lots of little stuff, kind of slow progress. But I've been able to work on it. Really my first week of work, I didn't work on the car at all. And since my second week, I've been able to work on it a little bit more. But again, nothing crazy there. And hopefully I can work on that and make some progress and show you guys what's going on with that. I don't really have much desire really to, record or film my workouts that much. It's just not something I really want to do all that much. And if you guys want to see that, definitely let me know, I guess. But that's just kind of something that's going on in the background, I guess. I kind of was recording it a little bit, but I feel like, at least for me, it gets kind of dry, because generally speaking, I kind of do the same thing, most weeks. And I'm generally increasing the weight over time, but nothing crazy is happening there. And same thing with an erg. Like, it's not that interesting to sit there and watch someone erg for 20, 30, 60 minutes, so I'm not going to record that. But one other thing that I did recently that I thought was really exciting is I actually recorded for my main YouTube channel. I recorded kind of like a podcast episode And I've previously done like live streams where I have on other investors and kind of talk about their investments and stuff like that. But I was able to have a family friend over and record a kind of episode like in person. So it's not going to be a live video, but I will be posting it in a few days. And I don't know, I thought that was really exciting and a really cool conversation. And just to be able to talk to someone, you know, outside of the, I guess, YouTube community was, I think, pretty cool. So I have probably been talking on here too long, and I'm still not done cutting these potatoes. So I'm going to continue working on that. And hopefully later tonight I'll be able to go up to the barn and record some stuff about, you know, what I've been working on in the car and kind of show you guys some of that as well. So hope you enjoy that. And one other thing I did forget to mention, I guess, is that I actually had my first sale on Etsy, which was super exciting. Obviously, it's just one sale. I made a few bucks, but like I mentioned before, trying to get a little bit more into 3D printing and, you know, eventually try to make some money with it. I did a few jobs, like custom jobs for people that reached out to me on Facebook. And I'm really, you know, open to continuing doing that if the opportunity presents itself. But also been trying to set up a little Etsy shop with some things there to sell. And I only have like 10 or 15 things listed there. Definitely need to get some more stuff listed over time. But I did make my first sale last week, so that was kind of a little bit exciting. Haven't gotten anything else since then, but that's something for me. I'm not going to be putting a ton of time into it, so it's definitely going to take a while for anything to happen there. But I think over time, I could, you know, earn a few bucks here and there, and that could be a nice little boost, I guess, to my limited income as it is. So something I've been working on recently on the car is the brake lines. So you can see right there, those two brass valves. Those are called the proportioning valves. They just bolt on the side in the engine bay here. And then there's two lines that go up to the master cylinder here, so I had to get those. And then there's other lines. So there's this one, it goes down to the left front wheel. And then there's another line that goes across here, and that goes down here to the right front wheel. And then there's another line that kind of goes down, you can't really see it much here, it goes down below the car back to the rear brakes. And this one was a little tricky to deal with, but you can kind of see under here, you can see it, let's see, right about there, you can see it go back through there, and then it just continues back there, and it kind of fit fairly well along the contour of the car. It was already like pre-bent in this configuration, but then we get back right here and it just isn't working quite right. I'll try to get a better shot here so you can see that that line is coming up right here, and it goes across to right about there, which is where it's supposed to go, but there's just kind of some extra line right in here, and it's just kind of bent weird and we can't really figure it out. So that's kind of a little bit of a problem at this point, something we're trying to, I guess, diagnose. Just seems like there's almost extra material there, which is really odd. But that's kind of what I've been working on recently. I know my dad's trying to make some more progress with the wiring, getting stuff just, you know, hooked up in general. And just got a lot of parts here on the bench. These are for this is a battery bracket right here. These are brackets for this bracket goes kind of, you can't really see it here. It goes between the K-member and the kind of the front of the frame almost. And then there's these brackets. These are for the power steering pump, which I have down there. I messed that up, bent the pulley, so we'll have to figure something out there, maybe get a new pulley or a new pump, I'm not really sure. Other things, I think I talked about this before, these trim rings, which are down here, that I fixed those things up, and we're gonna get those in the wheels at some point. Other things, obviously the engine still needs some work, but it's getting close. Got these black trim pieces, got to prime and paint one more of those. It's it's pretty bad looking, but we're just gonna prime and paint it for now until we get a better one. So it's kind of like pitted here, and there's actually some small holes in the metal, but we're just gonna prime and paint it and, you know, use it for now until we get a different one. And then this right here is the fuel line. So it came in this big box here, and so it's all bent up, and you have to unbend it at the specific spots where it has those tags, which is kind of interesting. But the long brake line for the back was like that, and it seemed to work out pretty well until the end. So hopefully the fuel line will work out. Aside from that, not much we're working on at this point. Just getting those small things together, and then eventually we'll be able to get the engine and transmission in. This is kind of a pile of a lot of the parts. You know, we've got some plastic pieces that go around the pillars, the A-frames, the A-pillars. I got some horns. We have more than we need, but we got to test them, see which ones work. Got some visors for the windows. Just lots of little stuff that need cleaned up and put together. So overall, the progress is definitely a little bit slow, but I haven't been working on it that much recently, the past few weeks. So I definitely want to, you know, start working on it a little bit more, putting in a little more time and effort, and hopefully we can see some better progress and be able to, you know, get this closer to being ready for the road by the end of the year, so that next summer we can be on the road, I think is really the ultimate goal. I don't think we're really going to get on the road that much this winter before we get, you know, salt on the roads and stuff like that. So let me know if you do have any questions about the car. There's really a lot of work that has been done up until this point. But at this point, you know, this is where we're at. There's really not all that much left, but maybe I could go over some things and kind of show different things we've done along the way, maybe. That could be interesting, but just let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I will be able to post a little bit more on here. But like I said, initially, I don't want it to be a chore. I want it to be relaxing and, you know, easy to do. And so I'm not going to, you know, spend time like brainstorming stuff to talk about or brainstorming videos. I'm just gonna, you know, if something is fairly easy to make and talk about, then I'll make a video and discuss things, show you guys things, stuff like that. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.